What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams with The Distance. Got a response video today to Boxingfan4. He has a part 2 of a Mayweather-Pacquiao prediction, and there's some things in there that I'm not going to say necessarily, it didn't bother me, but, he just brought up some stuff that was a little awkward to me within the video. And this is not me coming at Boxingfan4. This isn't, I don't have any beef with Boxingfan4, and as a lot of people know, perhaps the second person I subscribed to on YouTube, and one of the first people I was watching, one of the people who I guess somewhat inspired me to make videos, somebody I really looked up to as coming along making videos, was Boxingfan4. I've been watching them for a long time, for over a year now, but there's just some things he said in his previous video, and actually a video in some past videos that were a little awkward to me. Now and take this as a note. This is no beef whatsoever. I'm not coming after him. I don't have anything malicious to say about him. But anyway, in his video, he had a video, Pacquiao Mayweather prediction part 2. He referred to Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Joshua Clottey as bums, and had something to say about Miguel Cotto. And 2 out of the 3 fighters that he mentioned that were bums were fighters who fought Floyd Mayweather first. In the beginning. Oscar De La Hoya faced Floyd Mayweather at 154 pounds, but when he fought, we saw, I'll admit, we did see a better De La Hoya against Floyd Mayweather, but because it was a 154, and then he had to go down to a weight he didn't fight at for about 10 years. But at the same time, that's De La Hoya's fault, because De La Hoya came down in weight. So you can't blame Pacquiao for De La Hoya deciding to come down in weight. At the same time, Ricky Hatton faced Floyd Mayweather at 147 pounds. He faced Hatton at 140. And Ricky Hatton was the man at 140 pounds. Take that as a note. Was the man at 140 pounds and held a belt for a while at 147, the WBA championship to be specific, and dropped it before Miguel Cotto held the title in December 2006. Dropped the championship belt. He practically moved back up. He fought Floyd at 147, lost the fight, and moved back down. And my question to you is, was Ricky Hatton a bum when he faced Floyd Mayweather? And when you made your prediction last year, you weren't referring to Ricky Hatton as a bum, and you were predicting it to be pretty much an all-out war, as I can recall, as I remember. But since he got knocked out in the second round by Pacquiao, why is he considered a bum now when he was the man at 140 pounds and had some quality victories against Juan Urango and Paulie Malignaggi? And both of those fighters are practically 2 top 10 light welterweights right now. And Ricky Hatton was the man in the division before light welterweight started to become talent rich. And Pacquiao pretty much went after the top dog. So that's another point that's a bit awkward. And then Joshua Clottey, something that really stands out to me, Boxingfan4, is with Joshua Clottey, you had a couple predictions, and then you had a third prediction, I believe, on March the 10th. And that prediction, you kind of changed it and said that you believe that Joshua Clottey would win the fight. And we're all entitled to our own opinions as far as boxing goes, and that's what we do as boxing fans. We have our opinions. But you changed your prediction, and you said that Joshua Clottey was going to beat Manny Pacquiao. You changed it at the last minute. And Joshua Clottey, in the blues, and now he's considered a bum, and now he's considered a sparring partner and stuff like that. And with that style, you can consider that he was practically a sparring partner with Manny Pacquiao. And you mentioned Zab Judah, the Zab Judah fight, and how he started to capitalize on Zab Judah, but take into consideration that Zab Judah is a fighter that comes in maybe the first 3-4 rounds and has a strong showing, but that performance starts to go down. He starts to wind down the later rounds, while Manny Pacquiao maintains his performance, maintains his composure, unless he gets hit with something or continuously gets hit with something to discourage him. But Manny Pacquiao maintains the same work rate, or his work rate gets higher toward the later rounds. So Pacquiao and Zabjula are totally different fighters. If you ask me, they might be fast southpaws, but as I mentioned, Zabjula doesn't maintain his attack, and Pacquiao maintains the attack. And as we saw that in the fight in Dallas on March 13th. And then you had some comments about Vladimir Klitschko, how he was boring. I believe the videos aren't even up anymore, but how Vladimir Klitschko is boring and stuff like that, and how he wouldn't defeat Larry Holmes. But me, I don't know if Vladimir Klitschko would defeat Larry Holmes, because as I mentioned in other videos, Vladimir Klitschko doesn't have the luxury of facing the talent that Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali, and Mike Tyson, and even Evander Holyfield have gotten the opportunity to face. So the comparisons to Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali, and all these other cats that fought in the past are just somewhat, I guess, saying, basically saying he doesn't have a chance against these guys, and saying that he's boring and stuff like that. It's just a bit irrelevant to me, because both of us are boxing fans, right? And as a boxing fan, we both have to understand that not every fight can be action packed, and not every fighter can be exciting, and not every fight can be exciting. In my whole life watching boxing, I've been watching boxing for a long time, and it dates back to when I was a kid. I've seen more fights that were not action packed than I saw that were action packed. And I noticed that maybe you get a 50-50 chance of seeing an action-packed fight. But see, your name's Boxingfan4, and you're mentioning that Vladimir Klitschko is boring and referring to these fighters as bums. But what does it say when your fighter, Floyd Mayweather Jr., defeated these fighters as well? And yeah, he did defeat these guys first, but at different weight classes. He defeated them at different weight classes, but were they bums when he fought them? Miguel Cotto, another question is, if Miguel Cotto was finished and messed up from the Margarito loss, then why'd you predict him to defeat Manny Pacquiao as well? And this is the thing. We all are a little bit biased here in the community. There's a little bit of bias out there. We all have our fighters that we like. We all have our fighters that we tend to dislike. But at the same time, Boxingfan4, in taking consideration, I'm a huge fan of your channel, and I've been watching your channel since practically the very beginning. But calling these fighters bums, and kind of somewhat how I felt undermining Vladimir Klitschko, and you didn't undermine his ability, you just referred to him as boring. It's just a little bit awkward to me. I don't know about anybody else on YouTube, but that's just really me stating my opinion on it. And me, I don't come at anybody, and I'm not coming at Boxingfan4, but I'm just saying that what he's stating in his videos are a bit odd, because he said he had Cotto over Pacquiao, and he had Claudio over Pacquiao. He chose both of them over Pacquiao, and now these fighters are considered bums. It's just odd and awkward. But anyway, I'm not here to cause any drama. I'm just stating my opinion, that's all. But anyway, that was the distance. Thanks for watching, and this is no beef for Boxingfan4 at all. Peace.